Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new episode of Vibes. And obviously if you've been listening to the podcast, you will know that this is your weekly tech news update. So what has been going on this past week? Well, Google has made an announcement that it is going to end support for the Explorer edition of Glass. Now, if you may be wondering what Glass is, Glass was Google's AR kind of screen that you would have in front of your eyes. It didn't really kick off as much as I thought it would have done, but it seems like that Glass might be something that Google might eventually give up on, or in the future look into amalgamating that in a different way. The way that it worked was a little bit unusual for me. You had to look to the corner of your eye just to see what was actually displayed. I think for something like this to really kick off, you'll need glasses that will display information in front of you, just all over the actual lens itself. So they are ending support, and it looks like that Google Glass might be a thing of the past. It is sad to see, but hey ho, it is what it is, but I'm sure that they will be working on newer and better things. Apple redesigned MacBook Pro will be available from the 10th of December. A lot of people call it the cheese grater because it does look like a gigantic cheese grater, but it is a very, very powerful machine. There are still plenty of unknowns when it comes about what configurations that you can have, but if you're looking to pick one up, well, you'll be able to pick one up starting from the 10th of December, which is literally just 2 days away. It will be interesting to see how many people do pick it up, but it will be interesting anyway. So really looking forward to that. So what else is going on? Well, OnePlus are looking to possibly make a low-cost phone, and they're calling it the OnePlus 8 Lite. So obviously we have the OnePlus Pro 7 at the moment. So the fact that they're looking to release phones that are affordable again, because the prices for the OnePlus were creeping up, it will be quite interesting to see. So let's watch this space next year. I imagine a lot of things happening when it comes to the mobile phone space, and we've spoken about this 100 times about 5G, foldable screens. I think the big thing for me will be affordability. Will it be affordable? Because right now prices of phones are going up and up and up, and I think people are more than happy to hold on to their older phones. So if you can make the price attractive, then, maybe people will start picking up newer devices moving forward. So definitely something to watch out for. OnePlus are an amazing manufacturer when it comes to mobile phones. So it will be interesting to see next year what they will do. Tesla have announced that they're going to be charging $10 per month for premium in-car data. Now, if you may or may not know, BMW were actually charging for to have the Apple Pay functionality in the car. They've ditched that recently. I think they ditched that a couple of days ago. So it's going to be interesting to see what Tesla will be charging for in terms of in-car data. They haven't really said what might be there, but I would imagine that they might talk about, traffic, special media streaming, stuff like web browsing. It will be interesting. I mean, there is a lot that you do have in the Tesla itself. So I guess we just got to watch this space and see what kind of announcement that they make in terms of what functionality that you will get with this premium subscription. I can't really think on the top of my head what it might be, but I imagine that it will be something really cool. So let's watch this space. As soon as I find out any more information, I will definitely let you all know whenever that actually creeps up. So that will be interesting. What else has been happening? Well, as of late, Reddit have banned 61 accounts recently. It's been big news in the UK. There were campaigns for the British elections, which are happening in 4 days' time, and they were suspecting that these 61 accounts were actually linked to suspected campaigns from Russia. Now, the Labour Party in the UK have been showing material. There's a lot of questions about this all, but it's great to see that Reddit are a social media platform that are looking to ban accounts that doesn't really fit in what they're supposed to be doing. So interesting to see. I'm not too sure if Reddit have banned accounts before, but will be really, really interesting. Another news is with the Apple 16-inch MacBooks, there have been reports recently about the speaker popping. So as you're listening to sound or as you're listening to music, you would get this popping noise. And it has happened before if memory serves me right. But Apple have come out to say that they're going to fix this speaker popping sound issue with a software update, with a patch. I'm not too sure when that's going to happen, but that is a welcome introduction that they are going to do that. Really, really interesting to know that a old issue has crept up again. But a lot of these things does tend to be software related, so hopefully Apple will be quick in that. So if you have a 16-inch MacBook Pro, you find that your speakers make these popping noises, just be aware that a fix will be coming out your way soon. Now, Silicon Valley's augmentative reality, or AR, I'm sure I said that wrong, but AR startup company Magic Leap, that were out there to really challenge that space, have been reporting that they've only sold 6,000 units within 6 months. This company does sound like to be in a lot of trouble. I've not seen much of the Magic Leap stuff myself, but it will be sad to see a company that is in that space to obviously go. But like I said, they haven't really done a great job. What else is happening? Well, there's a really cool thing that's going on with Coca Cola. Now, you must be wondering, what has Coca Cola got to do with technology? Not much, but there have been leaks of design of Coca Cola bottles that are going to use OLED lights to light up Rey and Kylo Ren's lightsabers on the actual bottles, with the label. So where you would have the labels where it says Coca-Cola, etc. They're going to have a picture of the main Star Wars characters, and they're going to have OLED lights to light up their lightsabers. I think that's really cool. Just imagine walking down the street, having a bottle of Diet Coke or Coke, and it just lights up. Very interesting. I've never seen that happen before. Great marketing there, but the fact that we can get OLED lights or a small OLED panel to fit a label, that's just the future. I mean, what will come in that way? Are we going to get labels that will give us different information? Will we have touch screens that'll be like, could you give me, nutrition values or how much sugar there is, and the actual display will then change? I think this might be the start of something amazing. So let's watch this space. But I'm really interested to actually see this when it comes out. I will definitely buy the bottles just to play around with it. I hope it does come to the UK, but I know it definitely will be in the US. So if you get a chance to see these bottles, please do pick one up. Let me know what you think of it. Google Assistant have made an announcement that you can now place Dunkin' Donuts orders through the smart assistants. really interesting. I mentioned about 7-Eleven doing their orders via smart assistants, and now that Google are looking to get other companies on board, it's going to be really, really interesting. So very much looking forward to that. Google have also made another announcement that Google Maps may possibly soon show well-lit streets for people that like to walk. I think that's a really, really welcome addition to Google Maps. I love to walk. Excuse me. If you, for those that know, if you're in London, we do tend to walk around to get to the tube stations, to get to the train stations, and I'm sure there's other places where people love to walk, or if you're going, to the shops, etc. The fact that now Google Map will now show you that, there are streets that are well lit, very much a great security piece there, not walking in the dark or, getting lost, anything like that. So really interesting to see that come through. So that's really cool news. In terms of mobile phones, and obviously I said next year is going to be a big year, Samsung Galaxy S11 is reported to feature a 108 megapixel camera, a megapixel camera. Now, I've been testing the cameras recently, and if you follow me on LinkedIn, I took 3 pictures with the night sight feature turned on. I was really disappointed with the picture quality of the Samsung. I took some daylight pictures as well with a friend of mine, Stas, and we were taking pictures on the different phones. And again, I think the Samsung lagged. The iPhone 11 Pro is still the best phone all around. I'm still going to say that. I've been playing around with many devices, and for those who know me, I love to play with all the new tech, all the new gadgets, and it's going to be interesting to see how these cameras fare up. It does seem like that a lot of the phones are really focused on picture quality and on camera, and I think the next thing after that will be sound. So in terms of the phone and what it can do everything, but Samsung are definitely stepping up their game. I'm going to talk about Microsoft and Outlook. I actually managed to be part of the beta testing of the Gmail integration in Outlook, and I can talk about it a lot more. The integration feature of having your Gmail come into your Outlook account worked absolutely fine. It was a really quick and simple setup. And not only that, it gave me a nice view. It showed me what was my own Outlook account. It showed me what was my Gmail account. I was able to add, remove, reply, anything that you would do through a normal mail app. But another great feature that really struck out to me, that as soon as I added the Gmail account, my phone also replicated the fact that my Gmail email was within my Outlook, and I can see the folders there as well. I'm going to test out how battery life is going to be like in terms of if you have one account versus 2 on your mobile device. Does it save on battery life? Does it make things easier? I've been playing around with the Progressive Web app, and I do definitely see a future where this might take over desktop apps at some point. But it worked really well. I know that I promised everybody that as soon as I'm on there, when I get a chance to use it, I will use it. And thus far, I'm really impressed by it. I'm going to play around with it a lot more. I got onto the... I basically got onto the beta yesterday. So I've been playing around with it. I've got to play around with it a bit more. But let's see what happens. Qualcomm have said that they're going to team up with the developers of Pokemon Go to make AR glasses. I think the next 2 years we're going to see quite a lot of wearables in terms of glasses and watches and how you can obtain information. So that's going to be interesting to see. It's going to be optimized for the Qualcomm XR2 platform. Let's see how it goes. Let's see what we get. But Qualcomm have definitely stepped up their game, and it will be interesting to see what kind of AR glasses that they will make. YouTube Music, if you do use YouTube Music, can now handle gapless playback on the web and on your Android device. Right now, iOS support will be coming soon. I don't know many people that subscribe to YouTube Music, so if you do subscribe to it, please do let me know. I haven't gone on it myself, but I probably might give it a go. I might give it a trial to see how it works out. But if you are using YouTube Music, please do let me know what you think of it and how this new gapless playback works for you. Apple are looking to bring memojis and animojis to its clip video creation app. I don't know if you know too much about Clips, but Clips is something that's been out for a good few years. It's where you can take live video of anything that you're doing, but you can put really unique filters on there. The one thing that I did notice about Clips when I did use it was very, very battery intensive. I've not used it since. I am going to give it a go. I will update the app, give it a go and see how it's like. But it's going to be really, really interesting to see how it goes. And I'm not too sure how well adopted Clips actually is, but I will give it a go, and I'll give you an update on how it's like. Back to Qualcomm. Qualcomm are pushing for cheaper Snapdragon PCs. They've got the 7C and 8C chips. I've spoken about the Surface Pro X, which uses a Qualcomm processor, but it's slightly modified by Microsoft. I managed to go to a Microsoft store to play with the Surface Pro X to see how it performs. I think it performs amazing. I saw the Office tool was working fine natively. I think I need to give it a push once I get my hands on one and see how it performs. But so far it looks good, so will be really interesting. Microsoft have also redesigned their Office mobile apps, where it will now read text out aloud. So if you are, looking at your emails, reading or looking at a Word document, PowerPoint presentation, apparently it will allow you to now listen to it. So you could be traveling, it might be noisy, you can get this application to read to you. I think that's really cool. I think it helps with accessibility. It's definitely going to be a really welcome surprise, I think. So, let's see how it goes. I think we will see more and more apps where it will read aloud to you. So, will be really, really good. So, all cool there. Going back to Apple, there have been reports that they're looking to ditch the Lightning port. And I know this has been an ongoing topic continuously. A lot of people are asking how, USB-C haven't made it to the devices yet, but they're talking about the Lightning port going away in 2021. So it seems like next year's iPhone 12 is, if they call it that. You never know, they might call it the 11S next year. We don't know about the naming at the moment, but it looks like that might be the last phone that will have a Lightning port, and I think a lot of people have been asking for that port to go. USB-C is being a lot more widely adapted. There's a lot more adapters out there, a lot more accessories for USB-C. So again, let's watch this space. We've had many rumors about this happen loads of times before, but it seems like that there may be a shift. I think it makes sense for this shift to happen. For the whole emergence of USB-C to be everywhere. I'm seeing it in every device now. I do believe it's too soon because they've released new AirPods, etc., that use Lightning ports. I don't think they're going to get rid of that straight away, but let's see what happens. Google's powerful recorder app, and if you don't know, the recorder app actually does a live transcript of your voice, is now available on the older Pixel. So if you have a Pixel 2, Pixel 3, Pixel 3a, Pixel XL, You will now be able to download the recorder app where it will do transcribing of what you say. The tool is absolutely amazing. I think that is the best feature on the Google Pixel phone. I have the Pixel 4 and I must admit I think that is the best feature. The fact that I can also live transcribe a phone call if it's too noisy, so if I miss a word I can read it. It's amazing. I think it's an amazing piece of tech, and I'm glad to see that they have released it on the older Pixel phone. So if you do have an older Pixel phone, please do pick it up, give it a go, and see how it goes. It's going to be definitely interesting. I do hope that Apple and other phone manufacturers bring it to their devices, but let's see what happens. Snap, the creators of Snapchat, have teamed up with Gucci on making limited edition 3D spectacles. Now, I don't think the Snap cameras have done very well in the glasses. It does raise for me a lot of concerns. It will be interesting to see how many people do pick it up. I was very much interested to pick that up myself. It was difficult to pick it up. It's either because it might be that the specs weren't available, not enough were actually created, but I'm just a little bit wary about having cameras on actually glasses, but they're planning to work with Gucci on it, so I'm sure that there must be a demand for it, so let's see how that goes. Nest Hubs will use ultrasonic sensing to display reminders and appointments. That's an announcement that has been made. I've not had a chance to have a look into that too much. It will be interesting. I believe the update went out last month for the Nest Hub and for the Nest Hub Max, so that they could use ultrasonic sensing to figure out when a person is nearby. And when a person is nearby, it will then give you the information that you need. I think that's pretty cool. I think it's cool that, you can walk up to one of these screens or walk away, and depending on how close you are to the screen, it will display you information or not. I think that's a cool privacy feature as well. I've not seen it on my own Google Nest, so I'll have a play around with it. Maybe I haven't turned it on, but let's see how that goes. In other news, Google have dropped their 100 megabit connection tier for Google Fiber in favor of a gigabit only service. So if you are with Google Fiber, or if you're looking to get Google Fiber in the US, you won't be able to get the 100 megabit service anymore. So everything will be a gigabit service. It does mean that it will make fiber less affordable, but at the same time, with how we're consuming data and information, it might be the best way of doing it. Microsoft, again, we're going to talk about the Xbox. Obviously, we have Project Scarlet, which is their next console. There's been a lot of reports on the console itself. Recent rumors are saying that it is just as powerful, if not more powerful, than the PlayStation 5. And that they are also working on a disc-less version of the next-gen Xbox. Now, you can get the Xbox One without a disc slot, so it's completely digital, and it looks like they're going to be doing the same thing for the new one. Now, I'm a gamer, I have an Xbox One X, and I don't actually buy game discs, so I'm really looking forward to that. I'm very much wanting to take up less space and not have much clutter, so for me, that's a really, really welcome surprise. I'm really looking forward to it. Obviously, as I mentioned earlier on, BMW are dropping its Apple CarPlay feeds. I was really surprised that they actually had that, whilst other car manufacturers had it for free. So the fact that they are now following other car manufacturers kind of makes sense. I don't think anybody adopted the Apple CarPlay fees anyway, so a lot of people may have adopted not to take it. I think that was hurting BMW overall, so great to see that they've dropped that. Qualcomm have obviously announced the new Snapdragon 865 processor, which primarily say that you're going to get advanced gaming, better HDR, 5G features, and that will come to a flagship phone most likely next year. So the Samsung S11 most likely will have that chip, and so will other manufacturers. So that will probably happen next year. Again, like I said many times before in the previous podcast, there is definitely a huge push. I believe with this new processor, you will be able to record 8K videos, and 8K videos will start emerging. I don't know how widespread that will be and if we really need that. I imagine it will be 8K at 30 frames if we do, but we haven't really adopted 4K 100% at the moment yet. So to see people already talking about 8K, to me, does seem a bit much at the moment. But let's see how it goes. Firefox, the browser, have said that they are going to look into updating their browser with some special features to make it better than Chrome. They're talking about better speeds. They're talking about built-in VPN. It will be interesting to see how it does perform. I've always been a fan of Firefox, and to see that they are continuously working on it is great. I always felt Firefox for me, just as an overall browser, has worked for me, but I found myself using the Microsoft Edge Insider, the beta version. Microsoft Edge, if you may not know, will be available on Mac OS, Windows next year. So, and the browser is brilliant. It's based on Chromium, so it works just as well as Chrome's. And if you've got any add-ons from the Chrome store, they will also work on this new browser. So I think we're going to see a battle of the browsers next year. So let's see how that goes. The Nintendo Switch is finally going to be released in China in 2 days' time. I never realized that the Nintendo Switch wasn't out in China, but it's great to see Nintendo are bringing their gaming console to that region. So really interesting to see that. Amazon, I haven't spoken much about them. They've unveiled a portable battery-powered Echo, which is amazing. I think to have a battery-powered speaker is amazing, but there is one small caveat, and the caveat is that this particular speaker is only available in India. So if you are in India, if you're looking to pick up an Echo, the Amazon system, then you will see that. Well, you can pick that up right away, really. So, that's great to see there. If you're a music fan, Jay-Z is now back on Spotify after 2 years. It seems like the Tidal owner, and if you don't know, Tidal is another music streaming app which Jay-Z owns. He put all of his music catalog on there, but it looks like he is bringing his music catalog back onto its rival streaming service. I'm not too sure how popular Tidal actually is, but let's see how that goes. I think a lot of people are going to be happy that they will be able to do that. Being a racing fan of Formula One, not really tech related, but kind of tech related because we're talking about electrical cars, and this is about electrical racing cars. Formula E will be elevated to world championship status for next year, so it's going to have a lot more credibility. Will we see the likes of Alonso and Lewis Hamilton go to Formula E? It will be interesting to see. I'm very much looking forward to that. Google News, Larry Page, the other co-founder as well, I think is Sergey Brin, sorry if I got the name down, have stepped down and have given Sundar, the current CEO of Google, to now become the CEO of Alphabet. So the co-founders are stepping down from the leadership roles. They're giving the Google CEO to take reign of Alphabet. Alphabet, if you may not know, is the parent company of Google. So big changes there. Will be interesting to see how that goes. And the last news that I probably want to give for this week is that Apple have confirmed that with the 2019 13-inch MacBook Pros, there is a shutdown issue where the machine will randomly shut down. They have issued some support documents on how to handle the issue and what you need to do. It will be online, so if you have any issues, then please do have a look. But I'm looking forward to a brand new MacBook Pro for a smaller size. I actually said that I do see the 13-inch going away to be replaced with a 14-inch screen. So let's see how that goes. I'm sure it will be awesome. But besides that, that's all I've got for this week. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Vibes. Like I said, please do give me your feedback. If you have anything that you want to talk about or anything you would like me to talk about, please do email me at podcast@vibes, vibez.xyz. I will definitely take any feedback on board. But it has definitely been a busy week of tech, and I do see the week ahead to be even busier. Let's see what happens. And thank you very much for listening, and I shall chat to you all next week. Bye.